Hello, the goal of this session is to introduce the SMB digital transformation and loosely coupled solutions and how this applies to our business every day. So my name is Trinidad Martinez and I will go over this session and we'll have questions at the end. So in the agenda, we will start with the digital transformation. What is it, to understand where we want to go? Then we will talk about loosely coupled solutions and how this applies to Business One, so why? And then I will present you many links to many resources available so you can learn how to put all that in place. What is the digital transformation? Well, it's very simple definition. It's just the application of the digital technologies to all aspects of business and society. I think you have already used many of this digital transformation in your everyday life. So you are using the mobile with many advanced applications on it. Maybe you have some IoT solutions that you didn't even notice in your car, in your fridge, in your air conditioning in the house that you can switch on and off distantly. So there are many, many areas, and we are aware of that in many cases in the everyday life. We take it as a helping for our house, etc. So we really use it already. And the goal of this session is to show you and to make you aware that this is not only for everyday life and games, etc. It's also for the business. So in SAP, we are investing a lot to move all this digital transformation to the business, so to your customers. It seems a very far, but if you really take into account, you will see that you are already using many of them and your customers are using many of them, and it will help them to their work, to improve performances, to improve all their work, everyday work. So this is where we want to go, and this is done with the digital transformation. So why digital matters and why now? So, well, there have been three main points that are making this digital transformation a reality. The first one is the technology maturity. So, the digital transformation is getting less expensive and also more mature. So, we can do much more things. We have much more types of sensors, much more type of phones and possibilities with the phones. So, the technology is really becoming to a point where it's really mature. Then it's becoming also affordable. The sensors were really expensive some time ago. Now you can really buy sensors for almost nothing. And then the personas. So you can listen the news, you can look at the newspapers, and you will see everywhere we are talking about IoT, we are talking about machine learning, we are talking about face recognition. It's becoming normal in our everyday life, and we need to apply that also to the customers, to the business side. If we look at the technologies, there are many technologies we are currently hearing about in the news and all the conference, and is something that you have heard and you have seen, for example, artificial intelligence, advanced machine learning, Internet of Things, virtual reality with the lenses, blockchain with all this distributed ledger for money, conversational system with all the chatbots that are available, digital platforms, digital health, big data, everything is already available and we all have heard about it. We just need to find out how to use it and how to apply to our customers. So the big deal is to find the opportunity and then apply it to the customer. So SAP is investing a lot on this technology and all this kind of digital transformation. And this is called SAP Leonardo. The SAP Leonardo is a kind of package that SAP is providing for all this digital innovation to be available and to be used. So all the material, all the applications and frameworks that are required for that. SAP Leonardo is provided in top of the SAP Cloud Platform. And these SAP Leonardo technologies are based on 6 blocks: machine learning, blockchain, big data, data intelligence, Internet of Things, and analytics. So all these building blocks provide the capabilities required for developing digital applications and apply them to the business. So I will give you some pointers to learnings and web pages where you can learn more about Leonardo. It's not something, of course, specific to Business One. It's global to the SAP, And then you can find a lot of training. I will show you even a sample that is based on Leonardo. So you can have some ideas, and now the thing is to find your own ideas. In Business One, of course, we don't want to stay behind. We have already incorporated some features inside the core, the digital core that we can call Business One, the ERP, like in pervasive analytics, cash flow forecasting, intelligent forecast. So we want Business One to become more and more intelligent, but we will not be able to implement everything. All these kind of IoT applications, machine learning applications, most part of them are really specific to a domain, for example, the cars, or to a domain on the warehouse management or things like that. So it's not SAP itself with Business One who will be able to deliver that, but we count on the ecosystem, you as partners, to deliver all these applications that are intelligent around the digital core. So this is a slide that comes from SAP in general. So you see the objective is to have a digital hub that is the ERP connected to his database. That is the one that contains all the transactions, all the intelligence on the business itself, but everything that is going around for making IoT applications, mobile applications, machine learning, chatbots, e-commerce, etc. Everything is around. And this applies exactly the same to SAP Business One. What we want is you use Business One as the core business, the digital core, digital hub, and around you build all these applications. So you build it outside. This is possible on the version for HANA mostly because we have the service layer being a no data interface that we are really able to decouple your applications around accessing the service layer for read and write operations into Business One and being completely independent. So this is where we are going as having Business One at the digital hub and the intelligent applications going around. And for that, we come to the term of loosely coupled applications. So what is a loosely coupled solution? We all know the SDK with the UI API, with the DI API. This, we call it compatibility mode solutions. They are really linked to Business One. The UI can only run things inside the UI of Business One. Then with HANA, we started working on solutions where we develop inside the HANA server using the engine of HANA, and there we develop in the HANA server. Now, where we want to go is to the loosely coupled solutions. In this case, we are not anymore in the same server of Business One. The objective is to be really separated from Business One. So we come to this architecture where we have our Business One database, our Business One business logic, and then the service layer packaging this business logic and providing you an access to read and write the operations of Business One. And then in your SAP Cloud Platform, you may have your application Fiori mobile, having some algorithms for machine learning, using some big data databases, using some IoT connections. All this data and all this logic doesn't need to be in the same server of Business One. Our goal is to have them in a separate server. So you're really release independent, you are using a separate machine, you're not consuming Business One resources, and then you're really loosely coupled from Business One, and you keep the core, the transactional core, that is the most relevant part of Business One, you keep it saved in a server. Business One can be in a server or can be in a cloud. Doesn't matter. But the important thing is to be separated. What is the business logic, the transactional part, and what is external intelligent applications plugged to Business One for read and write operations, create transactions, alerts, etc. But the behavior and the analysis of all the IoT, machine learning, etc. is done on the cloud. So here we have a slide resuming the advantages of developing on the SAP Cloud Platform. So we talk about loosely coupled solutions. We are deployed on the SAP Cloud Platform or any cloud. We are fully leveraging HANA or any kind of services. We see that we have IoT, blockchain, mobile apps, virtual reality. We have machine learning. We have a lot of services. And you just need to connect to Business One via the service layer You have really an independent lifecycle management, so your versions are completely decoupled from the versions of Business One. You can change versions, you can update without having to touch or to go to the customer and change a version. We eliminate the hardware maintenance for all this part, and we use the best-in-class core technologies, so we don't have to start searching for libraries. Everything is available on the SAP Cloud Platform. So we ensure up-to-date resources, availability, scalability, and security by being in the cloud platform separated from the core business process, business data of SAP Business One. So this is the theory. Now, how you put it in place, of course, we cannot tell you which kind of applications you need. You need to discuss with your customers and find out how you could help the customer with this kind of technologies to improve their day life. Here we have a sample that we showed in the Summit 2017. It's called Beacons One. That is a SmartShop prototype that we did for demoing on the Summit. The goal of this application is to detect when customers come in a shop via some devices that are located and using Bluetooth to communicate with the mobiles of the person that come in. So we detect which person comes in, and we are able to offer some promotions based on the location. So we can know on which place he is located on our map. And based on the location, we can propose, if he is in front of the cheese, then we can propose some offers for cheese and maybe some offers for wine to go with the cheese. So we are really detecting and controlling where the user is, sending some propositions, and all the application, all the business logic is on the SAP Cloud Platform. So we are using IoT to receive the details of where it is located through the telephone. So we can store the location of the different users in the shop and then find out where it is located. We have a Node.js application running in SAP Cloud Platform that is providing also Cloud Foundry platform, so you can easily develop with Node.js. And this application is analyzing the IoT data to know which people is going around, how they are moving. And based on this data, is also inquiring the SAP Business One service layer to know what is this customer, what he bought in the past, and is using also predictive analysis to find out, based on what he bought in the past, what will maybe buy in the future. So to send some offers based in the location, so in the kind of article he's close by, and on his sales analysis. So we are predicting and we are sending it back to the telephone via push notifications. So you see, we are using different services. We are using push notifications, IoT. We have an SAP HANA database to store our IoT information, and we have a Node.js application running in our Cloud Foundry platform. So all this is running here and is not interfering with Business One. We are just requesting information to Business One and maybe sending some alerts if we need. But all this business logic, all the IoT information, we don't need it to be stored in Business One. We don't need to overload Business One database. So we are really loosely coupled from Business One. We didn't touch at all Business One. It is staying vanilla as it was before. There is a second application running here. This is for the manager of the shop. He can see where people is located, where there are more people in the shop, how they move in the shop, so he can arrange the different shelves depending on the different visits and how long they stay on each one of the shelves. All details about this demo are available in this blog, and you have all the source code available in GitHub. Okay, so you can download the source code, you can put it in place in your own environment. So this is the first sample we have. A second sample is a chatbot that is running on Facebook. In the past, when you saw someone you liked the shoes, you had to go and over the city try to find out the shoes in the different shops. Then we moved to internet, and then you go to one of the big websites or several big websites, and you start scrolling down, try to find a pair of shoes that you saw someone wearing, but you can really spend a lot of time searching. Now, thanks to machine learning, we don't need to search anymore. The machines can search for us. So we can just make a picture of the pair of shoes, send it via the messenger of Facebook, and then it will be received by our application that is running on the SAP Cloud Platform. In the SAP Cloud Platform, again, we have a Node.js application that is the one handling and coordinating everything, that is taking the photo, and that is talking with SAP Leonardo. we are using some services from SAP Leonardo, and in this case, we are using the image similarity scoring. So it will try to, from this photo that we submitted, is trying to find out similar shoes in all our database. In this case, we are connecting at the same time to SAP Business One and to Business by Design. So we have all the photos from Business One and by Design. We have the photo the user just submitted, and we compare this pair of shoes with the whole database pair of shoes that we have with this image similarity scoring. And very fast, we receive a proposition of similar shoes that we have either in Business One, either in Business by Design. Then we send it back to the user. He receives the propositions, can check the propositions, and he has two choices. Let me go to the blog and show you a bit about the demo. And it has a video here. And then you see we are just connecting to Facebook. We search for a contact that is called SMB Marketplace Assistant bot. Simply take a photo of a pair of shoes. Either you have it, you take it from a magazine, and you send it to this chatbot. The assistant bot receives it. From the list of images, we can check them. This is my computer. So here we have one of them that seems like the same, and we have other similar ones, different colors, etc. We can add it to the cart, and then we can place directly orders in Business One or by Design. So it goes to our chart. He liked two pairs of them. He can go to the cart, and then from there he sees what he ordered, the price, and how many he ordered, and just he will receive a confirmation afterwards of the number of orders that were created in Business One and by Design. He bought one pair in Business One, one pair in by Design. So based on that, he can now go to by Design, and he's checking the order. He's going to the item and going to the photo of this item. And the same one will be in Business One. So he bought another pair of shoes in Business One. We have the number of order he got as a response. And he can go and check the images to see which pair of shoes he bought. So we have been able to do a shopping in Business One from simply a chatbot in the Facebook. So I talked a lot what we want to accomplish. Now the question is, how do you get there and which resources you have available? The first resource is the SAP Business One Extensibility e-learning. We did a lot of videos that were published in the SAP Partner Edge, and also they are available on the YouTube. So this is Business One Extensibility. Then SAP Cloud Platform. So the number of resources about Cloud Platform are really huge. You have a lot of websites. You have documentation in the OpenSAP. I will point you to SAP OpenSAP afterwards. Then move to the next topic, the SAP Leonardo. I already told you that is a set of technologies and services provided in top of the SAP Cloud Platform for many kind of services like Internet of Things, blockchain, data intelligence, machine learning, analytics, etc., etc. So this is what is provided by SAP Leonardo. You can access the Leonardo page and go in each one of them, see how this is available, etc. For learning more, OpenSAP. There is open.sap.com where you can find many things. And you can find many things on many different topics. So we have SAP Cloud Platform has been covered by several sessions, going from the introduction overview until very detailed how to deploy applications on the cloud platform, cloud native applications. We have machine learning, we have SAP HANA, is also going over build and prototyping, how to develop Fiori applications. Then if we go specific to Business One, so we have this page, Business One Extensibility. It's just a page where we try to list everything we publish or we talk about in different locations, Twitter, YouTube, etc. So this page is the access point going to the Extensibility topics page. So you go on it and you have access, of course, to the e-learning. We have blogs, digital transformation. Then we have loosely coupled information. So how to move your solution on-premise to the cloud, how to consume SAP Business One API Hub APIs from SAP Web IDE. And then it goes over different topics, service layer, and many samples, like the beacons one I show you, the B1 assistant with Alexa, etc., etc. So with that, I have finished the presentation. I want to thank you for the participation